Hi, everybody. I kind of messed up. I thought that I pre-scheduled a live, but it was a record only. So I don't even know if anybody knows I'm doing this live right now. But nevertheless, I'm here and hope people show up. I just realized at the last minute I tried to go live and it's like it said record only. I don't know how that happened, but it is Mercury retrograde. Hey, Carolyn. Until the 23rd of July, so it's par course. Happy continued Mercury retrograde. Um, I'm glad you showed up. I was just saying I forgot to create a live. Well, I didn't forget to create a live. I created a record only instead, I think. But here I am. And wow, what a week. Hey, Sandra. Oh, yay. Yay. Has anybody else been having quite a Mercury retrograde time? It seems so typical, but oh, thank you, Ash. Typical Mercury retrograde, which is whatever might go wrong, could go wrong, or go a different way. Hey, Ash. And here, I'll put your gift up here. Yay, thank you, yay. It's been hard to keep track. That's all I'm trying to say. But on the other hand, it's been a peaceful time for me when I try to remember to just enjoy the moment and beauty of the summer. And then I really feel a great peace. But otherwise, if I'm trying to get stuff done, it's like walking against the wind. So yeah, a week has passed, and yeah, I agree with you, Ash. I feel exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Um, oh, thank you, Carolyn. I'll put your comment up here. Yay, thank you. Um, so I think I did a live just after, or the weekend, or the week after, or the Monday after the weekend that Miss Lindsay passed, and it seems like nobody's talking about that at all. At all. Like that, goodbye. And like next. So that's kind of crazy. He was unfortunately, such a big, kind of a personality in people's lives in a negative way. Um, and we still don't know. Hey, lady T, hi. Um, she says hello from Fayette, um, North Carolina. Gemini here, and yes, Mercury retrograde has me rechecking stuff, and everybody should recheck stuff. Contracts or mail sent. Do it now, or do it, or do it in the near future. Make sure that everything is copacetic, because it's been something. It's been a doozy, and it will be direct on the 23rd of July, as far as I know. Hey, Buffy. Yeah, I'm glad you made it. Hi. Um. Oh, yeah. So, what has replaced the news about Lissy, which nobody's talking about anymore, as I said, is we still don't know where Mitch is, right? And here, Buffy says, I think I just made it. Hi, all. Um, and yeah, where is Mitch McConnell? I know Andy Bashir has, been asking that quite loudly, and it wants to put a Democrat in his place. And I don't know, that funny meme of Mitch in that red kind of gingham checked shirt with his wife, Elaine Chao. The memes have been hysterical. They really have. And I don't know if anybody of you or any of you watch the Dangerous Ones, but they're really wonderful. They have a great roundup of memes over the last week, and they're lovely. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what's replaced that besides Mitch still? We don't know. There are people come out and say that he has passed, and that was kind of like whenever, maybe more than a week ago or so, but then nothing is confirmed. What do you guys think? Do you think that um, that Mitch is still on this planet in any way, shape, or form, or is gone to meet his maker? Buffy says, I think Mitch is taking control to a new level. Lady T says, it seems as if there's no low for them, and there is no low for them. There really isn't. Because even when the one is created, the orange one will go lower. And I think that, can't be seen more clearly than uh, um, trying to bud his way into the which Mitch, what am I saying, Mitch? World Cup photograph, and then they edited him out of it. I wonder what he thought. He must have had a tantrum when he found out about that. He just assumed, that he could, what do they call it? When you jump into somebody else's selfie, that he could do that. Ash says, I have a strong feeling that Mitch isn't on the earthly plane anymore. If he is, I don't think he'll come back to office. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to ask my guides. Hey, Earth Mama. Uh, all the guides are agreeing now. He's gone. He's not even on life support anymore. I wonder if we'll find out that's true. Um, yeah, he's off life support now. That's what the guides say. Um, Dana says, I think Mitch is brain dead status. I thought when I asked over the last few weeks, I was getting like he was brain dead, but like in on life support. But now the guys are saying he has been passed over. Bobby says even from his deathbed, he's controlling the Senate. Yeah, that's something pretty. I don't want to respect or admire him for that, but yeah, it's impressive. Hey, Earth Mama, good to see you. Um, Buffy says hi, and Dana says hi, Buffy. Good to see you, Dana. Hey, Sandy. Woohoo! Are you saying yay that Mitch has passed over potentially to the other side? There's so many funny memes about him. I can't believe how quickly people stopped talking about Lindsey Graham. Uh, oh my God, what a way to nullify your life, The choices you make in terms of who you, what you represent, they're really, really important, especially like, Lindsay. He just destroyed any kind of um, respect or like positive legacy. Oh, I'm happy to see you too, Sanji. Um, I thought I had prepared a live, but I had prepared a record only, and I had to go back and scramble to get a live going. I'm so sorry. And that's when I started talking about Mercury retrograde. Buffy says he has lots of secrets. Yeah, what's in Miss Lizzie's closet? Open it up in his Pandora's box. I wonder if we'll start. We've already started hearing a few stories, but I wonder if more are going to trickle in. Dana's asking, do you have any hit on Trump's longevity? Will he last long? I had just been asking about that. I've just been asking about that with my guides because they keep on showing me the scenario where Pootie is no longer, and you see Moscow right now. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to that. Moscow is just under it looks like a mortar. Somebody compared it to Mordor, like just a heavy black cloud of fumes and smoke, and it's like covering the whole of Moscow. Moscow's getting hit really, really hard, and people are finally, I think, in Russia or Moscow, waking up to the fact that they're it's not just a one-way war, and it's pretty much Armageddon there, and and once a dictator like that is weak, then he doesn't last very long. So my guides show me like Hootie's demise and the Orange One's demise are like, not, like I ask, well, will one go before the other? And they can't really tell me that, but they're saying they're very close together. And I think that's very soon. I can't tell you like exactly when, but it does seem like it's getting closer and closer. And if you look at Moscow, has anybody been watching what's going on there? It's insane what's going on there. They're I've never quite seen anything like it. They're getting completely blitzed, and that deep inside Moscow, which is unusual for them, I think. Although it's been happening a little bit more and more. This is like, boom, huge blow up. Ivy, hi, how you doing? Buffy says my closet just has my clothes in it, but Miss Lizzie, what's in his what's in her gender, whatever his or her gender is closet? What is in there? Do we want to know? Do we want to see a big list of grinder clients? Allegedly. Dana says Graham was power hungry and wanted to be near the center of presidential power. Yeah, I think that's basically it. Even in his relationship with McCain, he always needed to marry himself to like somebody that was powerful. And even though the Orange One is allegedly was completely against a lot of his beliefs, we thought, but his desire for power superseded that, right? Hey, Ivy. Hey, you pay attention to the road, JC. I'm glad you're here, though. JC says I'm on my bike commuting, but here. And you say, I'm not happy when the report Russia is being hit. And I'm not happy when Ukraine is hit. Well, I maybe it sounds heartless of me, and I hate the fact that anybody's suffering. But if Moscow, if it doesn't get defeated, then if we allow Putin and his plans to go through, he wants to be like Hitler. I mean, he said that, he wants to take over the world, and he has no scruples. And he's the reason that the Orange One's in power. He did that, and he colluded with Epstein, and he's been at the heart of so much evil. And he tries to make Moscow a place that is like where there's a bubble, and the Russians don't understand what it really means when Putin sets its sight on conquering Ukraine. So it's an inevitable consequence, and they need I hate that there's people are being harmed and animals and whatever, but there has to be a consequence. There has to be accountability, because if there's not, Putin's going to do the worst possible thing every time. And he is, as far as I think, allegedly, I'm just a girl talking to her guides. What do I know? But as far as I believe, he's the root and cause of where we are now in this country. He plotted it, and he's behind also Epstein. And it's in the Epstein emails. It's not just a conspiracy thought. It's really kind of spelled out in their transactions with each other. Well, yeah, ideally, JC. Ideally, yeah. We hope that one day humans can live on the planet like that. They're hitting Moscow now. What they're doing is taking out their factories and their munition sites, and Ukraine doesn't intentionally go after, as far as I'm aware, residential buildings like Putin does, but there's some really good Ukrainian and some Russian pro-Ukraine channels. Like Jason J. Smart is one, The Enforcer is another. There's a bunch of them, and if you watch those commentators, you get a good idea of what's really happening. There's a bunch of others too. But if once you get one in your feed, then the others are going to pop up. So that would be my advice. Yeah, Ivy, I agree with you. Russia has no problem destroying Kyiv. And if you think about what they did with the Wagner brothers, the mercenary army that Putin got to go into Mariupol and other places in Ukraine and commit atrocities there at the beginning of that war. Or, well, it's a war now. It was an occupation invasion then. And I think that the orange one looks at, and follows Putin's style. That's why he thinks he can just go into Venezuela, and take their government out and go after Iran, because that's what Putin does. And he can do it too. He's on that side. Isn't that horrible? He's placed America on the side of the Russians and the North Koreans and the Saudis and the Qataris, and there's no scruples. Susan's asking, is Lindsay's sister being pressured to run in November to protect Ram's reputation? Oh, that's interesting. Well, she is going, she's already got his seat, right? But is she being pressured to run? I overheard the orange one saying that she wasn't going to be running. And that was in some response to a question by a news reporter. So I don't know. Sorry. Let's see. Oh, that's the thing I got from my guides, and was that she was going to feel like she was in way over her head. And even though she felt she should do it for her brother, who she loves, it was too much for her. But it's only going to be a month, I think. So I think it's going to be somebody else. I don't really know if she's geared up for that, because it's a lot of, as much as they take time off, etc. It's a lot of work, to be in the Senate to, all hours. And when they're actually there, they're constantly, even on the weekends, they're constantly active, and they have to raise money for their seats. So they're not lazy. Neither. I guess if Mikey Johnson let them work, Congress would work a lot more. But he's always telling them to take time off, right? Because he don't want anything passed. And it's also wheeling and dealing and a lot of loss of innocence, to get into the political game like that. I'm not sure if she's suited for it. That's what my guide showed me. Yeah. A lot of disillusionment on her part. What I'd love for her to do is just kind of show up and say no, like side with the Democrats and say no to the orange one, because she actually has a conscience. But I'm really not sure. I didn't really ask whether she had a conscience or not, so I don't know. Oh yeah, Buffy, I agree. Buffy says, yeah, did you see how quick Darlene Graham was sworn in versus if a Democrat, so wrong on so many levels? Yeah, Mikey Johnson would like months go by. It's disgusting. And he still would do that because they're hypocrites, and they don't have a sense of fair play. There's no such thing as fair play in the right-wing mind. None. They'll just, and I think Mitch McConnell really set that up by not allowing us to have a Supreme Court judge sworn in, saying it was too close to Obama's term, and then as quick as possible getting, their Supreme Court judges in. So there is no fair play there. He's a bully, and they are the bully on the playground, and they will do whatever it takes, and they are. That's what they think machoism is. That's what they think being an alpha male is. Just do whatever you take, and drink those liberal, do whatever it takes. Sorry, and drink those liberal tears. Yum 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 yum. And they think that's so cool. Yeah, Darlene was sworn in real quick because they need the vote for the SAVE Act, right? Yeah, his funeral's not going to be held until August, I think. I agree. Buffy says, I mean, Graham's funeral hasn't even been held. Yeah, because they don't care. They never cared about Lindsay, and they don't care about each other. They just want power. Oh, Susan, you said now she's going to run. Um, I guess they changed their mind about her because at first I heard, well, I guess that doesn't mean much to hear the orange one saying that she wouldn't run, but oh yeah, so was that announced somewhere that she was going to run? Because she's been there a nanosecond. How do they even know, what she's like? JC says all these bombs pouring toxin into our air, earth, water. I think of all the animals in the surrounding area who cannot escape: birds, squirrels, dogs, cats. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. I'm not for war, JC. I'm just saying there's no, God. I just, I just wish that there was no war. That we were at peace. But with that being said, it's inevitable for Ukraine to do this if they want to survive, and that's the horribleness and the evil of war. Does that make any sense? It's already happening. Let's say Ukraine decided, we're against war, we're going to pull back. There would be no more Ukraine, and Russia would, Putin would kill everything anyway. And unfortunately, we're in that path. Hey, Ton. Hi, Melissa. When are we going to get relief from this constant misery? That is a good question. Thank you. Thank you very much. We've been all asking ourselves that. And the answer, see, the other part of this too is that we are in Aquarius now, right? Pluto is in Aquarius, and we're leaving or have left or on the cusp of Pisces. And there's this strong shift, also planetary energy, collective energy, this tumultuous change. It's inevitable that it's going to be plutonic, and to shift as quickly as I think we're shifting from the patriarchy or the old ways, whatever you want to call it, to the new, which is, the more humanitarian age of Aquarius, considering that this involves the collective and the free will is involved. We're getting shook up to maybe loosen our grip on the old and go through the whole Phoenix process to evolve into the new. And that doesn't just take that's not something that happens passively. Unfortunately, that those kinds of changes bring in huge upheaval, and they can also be environmental upheaval, earthquakes and tsunamis and earthquakes are kind of tied together, but wildfires and all of this stuff that's happening on a big scope. But its function is to make this change possible. We step out of the ashes, and it's a new age. So I'll ask the guides, but it's not like I think things are going to settle down anytime soon. But I think we are headed in a better direction ultimately. But it's making every single individual choose. Which way do you want to go? Who do you want to be? How do you feel about the planet? How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about each other? Are you willing to let go of the old and of the need for security and the material to usher in this new age? and there's so much unknown about it, but it is this huge opportunity to shift into a better way. And JC, that is what you want, right? For us to come into a better way. But we still have the ways of the old here, controlling, the material, controlling the governments. So I think. Oh, also, wasn't there there was like a planet stellium that happened that even intensified this transformational change, and Pluto was part of that, I believe, and that just happened on the 17th. So I think we have to gear up towards understanding that there's a lot more upheaval to happen, but the spiritual requirement is to find the center, to find the peace within ourselves, so that whilst this is all happening, we rise above, connect with our souls, with the eternal, and see the bigger picture, not get caught up in this temporary firestorm that's going on. Although we have to, survive it, we're physical beings, etc. But emotionally, spiritually, and also, physically in terms of manifestation, we need to pull everything together that we have been studying, that we have been practicing, that we have been honing. That our healing skills, our meditation skills, our compassion. Our path, everything that we've learned on this path, and we need to practice it. We need to practice it right now, just even with breathing, with finding stillness. It's so important. Can you see how much that would be? That's a polarity to what's happening in the external world, and maybe within our own, personal worlds. There's this total shakeup. Okay. Sorry, I went off on my own there on this train of thought. I hope it's okay. I think so. Oh my God, the Tate brothers. There's so many great memes about the is it even purple? What is that color he was wearing? That violet, like shiny shirt and the capris. Everybody's been that I've been watching in YouTube land has been just memeing and mocking the heck out of Andrew Tate, because he's supposed to represent, the macho MAGA bro world, and he's in capris. The outfit that is good for him, stretching the boundaries. But the irony that he wants to represent, the MAGA bros, and he's what are the words? What he's wearing? What is that about? Oh, that was hysterical. Hey, Linda, that's all right. I'm so glad you're here. And anybody can weigh in on the Tate fashion statement. Hey, BG. Hello, everyone. Buffy, hello, BG. Hey, Carol. I haven't seen you for ages. Good to see you. Buffy says she's going to run, but she won't win. My guides agree with you. I just asked them. She's kind of like it's going to overwhelm her. That's what the guides say. She doesn't have the constitution for it, and she's never been a politician before. She thinks she can just step in there, but they want to use her. They don't even see her as a person. They're just like, oh, we can manipulate her because she's just a stand-in for Lindsay. Hey, Susan, good to see you. What are you saying? What happened this morning? Sometimes I lose a train of thought in the chat. I'm so sorry. She said she wanted to carry Lindsay's message forward, says Earth Mama. What message is that? That's all very well, but she's in grief, and it's a shock. But she may do it. I don't know. The guides say Buffy was correct. She's not going to win. It's going to overwhelm her. She's not realistic about it. She thinks she can do it, but they say no. If they're looking into her, like no. So we'll see. I could be wrong. I could for sure be hearing them wrong. They're the guides. I say this every video, but the guides are never wrong. I'm a human and I can be wrong, but they never are. I just may not always hear them properly. Linda says, real men are not sadistic. Real men change diapers, do the dishes, and can be gentle, kind, and strong. That's 100% for sure. I don't know what Andrew is. Well, I do know some of what he is. He's a creep, as far as I can see. Ivy says, I'm also afraid for the animals. And we can pray to the angels, to keep them safe. I'm afraid for them too. They're always so, the most vulnerable. But there's nothing, going back to Ukraine, I don't mean to be heartless, but it's like Lord of the Rings, that those wars had to be fought, right, against Mordor. Because Mordor's not stopping. So one day, though, we can pray and we can envision to manifest no more war. We can do that. And that can come to be, I think. Yeah, that's okay, JC. I don't blame you. You're compassionate and a loving human like the others here. So of course it's an anathema. JC said, I understand what you're saying, but I do I don't believe in war as any kind of option. I wish it was not an option in the way that Putin saw it as an option, or our country sees it as an option. Paul Maron says, hi friends, a bit late from stormy coastal Maine. So it's stormy in Maine. What's going on there? I'll have to look at the weather. Let's see. Sorry, Ton. Earth Mama says, these young Democrats around the world looking at us saying, where are you, America? I will tell you where we are. We're tired and we need their help. I agree with you. Ivy says, I read recently that studies show that evil people live a very long time. Should I go ahead and drink my champagne? LOL. Well, narcissists can live a very long time because they don't have a conscience. So I think that having a conscience and compassion in this world, I guess it takes, a lot from us, but it's I'd rather not be, I'd rather not be a narcissist, even though they live longer. Because they're vampires also. Another reason they live longer is they are kind of like vampires. They are vampires. They suck other people's energy, so they don't have to really expend their own. Just like the orange one, going into Venezuela, taking out Maduro and having ownership over the oil. That's vampirism. That kind of thing. Steve, hi, good to see you. Question: what is your opinion of Barbo's basket? Yesterday was the was it the apex of that supposedly? Yeah, I think when I was talking about all this intense energy, all this intense transformation that's going on, and what my guide said that we need to, hone our spiritual skills, what we've learned so far, and learning new skills, so we can be like the calm in the eye of the tornado, because so much transformation is happening, and I think that might be, the effect of Barbo's basket. Steve, can you explain Barbo's basket to people? I have watched several videos on it, but I don't think I can do it justice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Margie. 250 gems. Woohoo. Thank you so much. Yeah, oh, yeah. So Carol's saying Carol, can you explain it? BARBAULT-S basket, Barbo's basket. I know I've watched several things on it, but it's escaping my mind right now. But I feel like this is part of it. just the intensity of just the energy, really, of this, the earth, what everybody's experiencing right now it is intense to me. Buffy says, "Oh, I'm not sure where this conversation is. I'll let somebody explain it to me. I'm gonna click on something else here because I lost that train." Linda, I'm glad to be able to see who they are now. Of course, many will try to hide their true self after the shift. We must remember who they are. Well, I think there's going to be more surprises coming from the shift. It's kind of like, what is it, shaking out the wheat from the chaff? Is that saying, or kind of uncovering the rock and seeing what scrambles out in terms of the evil, and just unexpected reveals. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Unexpected reveals. Margie says, I like to think of the basket as a grail, holding the divine feminine power and birthing the matriarchy. Oh man, that's beautiful. Wow. Hi, Kay. Are we talking about Andrew? I guess his fashion is more European. I wonder if they'll make like a doll, an Andrew Tate doll, dressed in the capris and the shiny violet shirt. What is the color, Magneta? I have no idea what that color is. What world does he live in that he thinks that's super cool? Maybe that is being very European. Maybe he thinks it's sexy. Um, you go up here. I don't want to miss anybody's comments. Okay. Here we go. Linda says, someone said the basket will allow open up many portals. Those of us with the abilities will be aware and see the portals, and also we can really manifest our best and greatest desires. Oh, that's good to know. Good to know. Um, I don't know anything about the robot cop force in China. Um, do they have a robot cop force in China? Or did you see it somewhere on something on it? They're working on it, the guides say, but it's full of, I would say, glitches. Like, it's not really effective. They want to make it seem like it's all powerful, but it isn't. Um, yeah, they're not there yet to really have something like that that's really effective. JC says, when I hear Tate, I think of Sharon Tate. And the Tate brothers have Manson vibes. Oh, yeah, they really do. Weren't they allegedly in charge of the largest human trafficking ring um, in Europe, or one of them? And also, they found a lot of CSAM. They're like maybe they're like Neo Epstein guys. Maybe Epstein would have worn that in 20, well, however years ago. No, he died in 2019, right? Um, so what, 16, whatever years after the fact. Um, Seems longer ago than that, but it's not that long ago, really. Oh, hey, Dean. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Great to get here. Wonderful to catch a live chat. Thank you. Um, this is an interesting chat too today with all these stuff, but it always is. All these topics from Andrew Tate's fashion statement to Barbeau's basket and back again. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Linda. She's and my prayers too. I pray for Saint Francis of Assisi to protect all the animals. Yeah, I agree. BG's asking question: do you see the murder of Nolan Wells being solved? Will the murderers go to prison? Why? Who is Nolan Wells? I watch a lot of true crime, but recently I haven't been catching up as well as I might. Um, I get stuck on like the Delphi case, and um, even Jack the Ripper really still interests me. These are older cases. Well, not that Delphi's that old; it was like 2017, but I haven't really been keeping up recently. So, who is Nolan Wells? Um, Dana said, "Did you ask the question earlier on, or was it somebody else? Like, when is he going to step off the earth?" And what I saw, or what my guys show me, is that the passing of Pootie and the Orange One happened very much close together. I think this year, but and I thought this, I thought it would, but I've been thinking this for years that it should have already happened because look at his health. Um, but sometime I think in 2026, I'm thinking this summer, but I don't know. Every time I kind of land on something, it slips away from me, like like trying to catch a goldfish. But that's the nature of timing, divine timing. Sometimes we're not supposed to know. Um, CJ says, "What do your guys say about advice lawyers? Oh, about what advice lawyers will give Mandani about ICC warrant to arrest Netanyahu? He'll be traveling to NATO in New York City." That's interesting. That's an interesting dilemma. I'll ask. His hands may be tied because he's a world leader. It gets a little complicated. Is it so Netanyahu's going to go to New York? I don't see him doing that. It would also enrage some of the community in New York, and it's just it's too complicated. I think if our country was not on his, if the Orange One was not on his side, if he wasn't ally of Netanyahu, and also Israel's our ally. What do you guys see? I'm not getting a clear answer, but the guys are saying he probably won't. I think he has to care about the welfare of his city, you know, um, and factor in all kinds of things, that all the consequences of that. And I don't know if he wants to do that, like riots, and he doesn't want to put his city at risk. Um, Sometimes choices are a little complicated, like that. Uh, Carol says it's the putter planets all in fire air signs: Pluto in Aquarius, Neptune in Aries, Uranus in Gemini, Saturn in Aries, Jupiter in Leo, and the good aspects. Oh, wow. Oh, I see. It'd be like a star, wouldn't it? Like looking at it cosmically, like if you were looking at a horoscope. Oh, thank you, Carol. It's pretty amazing. It's an amazing time we're living through. It may feel um, wild, I guess, but it isn't. If you kind of get a little detached from it, it's a pretty amazing time to be going through this huge change. Huge change. Oh, see you, Dana. Thank you for coming. Please come back. Um, wow, there's a tornado watch in New York City right now. Oh, I'm gonna pass this over. Is it pretty serious? What part of New York, JC? Hey, Selma. Glad you showed up. Oh, I have to delve into that story, BG. I don't, as much as I've been tempted, I have to say I've been really, really tempted to start a true crime channel. And actually, I was going to do it with somebody, but then my misgivings are my own ability to stay detached from the who done it, like the scenario, I can get very emotionally caught up in true crime, and I feel a sense of responsibility if I had made certain statements, and then it affected the family, affected the victim or victims. So I stay away from it just because I feel like I could do harm if I really believed somebody was guilty or somebody wasn't guilty. I mean, I have my own thoughts, obviously, and I have watched the outcome of things that my guides did show me years ago, and I see the the observations or whatever the information was correct, and where nobody else was believing it. But at the same time, the risk factor of making those predictions of trying to say I knew how this person died or who did it. I can't take the risk as much as I would. I love true crime. I get so involved with it, but I just feel I would be irresponsible in terms of presenting information that I glean psychically, and that maybe it would be false. I just that's what makes me not go there as much as if you talk to me privately. I might get into some of those things with you. Oh, ice. Um, so ice unalive this person. Oh, oh no, he wasn't. I said, Tessie, take that back. No, that Earth Mama. See how we're doing now. I didn't know whether that was true or not. But no. So Buffy says Nolan is about 18 to 20, lives in one of the deep southern states, was on a boat ride with friends and had a fight over a girl with one of the boatmates. Oh, uh, tale as old as time. Wasn't like Carmen, the whole theme of Carmen around that, or wasn't that one of the subplots? Um, so I'm not going to go there, but if you wanted to talk to me privately about it, I could try to get into it, but I would have to learn a lot more about it because I really don't know anything about that, and I have been out of touch with true crime that's been happening like recently. Um, so JC says Barbeau was a French astrologer who died in 2023. It's an astrological alignment that resembles a basket and was present during all pandemics. Barbeau predicted COVID and said the next occurrence would facilitate higher consciousness. Is he at all talking about cyclospora? um, no, I'm just joking about that. Has anybody suffered with that? I knew something like that was coming with the state of things. With Bobby Kennedy in charge of our health. It was inevitable. What has struck me? Did anybody ever read Naomi? Is it Klein's book on disaster capitalism? You wait for disasters to happen, and then uh, you profit off them. I can't help thinking that that's very much in the mindset of who's running the country now. They're just waiting for the next thing to happen and seeing how much money they can make off it. That's all they care about. So Earth Mom says Mandami said he was looking into having him arrested. Um, I'm just saying what my guys are telling me that he may be wanting to do that, but that may not be what happens because of the potential consequences. But maybe he will, and we'll see what happens. Um, John Sebastian Guerrero, Kay says, was the man killed by ice and Maine. It just makes me so sick. He and there was he wasn't the Colombian man, was he? There were two people killed by ice at about the same time. I can't even. I don't understand, you know, and I hope it stops. It's horrible, and it's like we have blood on our hands because we pay taxes. just it's a disgusting time in that way. Um, Earth Mom says it's hazy, hot, and humid today here on the East Coast. Yeah, it's hazy, hot, and humid here too. I do hope we have rain because we haven't had rain for a while where I am, but I don't want a tornado or like a storm, a 70-mile-an-hour, yeah, 70-mile-per-hour windstorm. I don't want that, but I would like some rain. Forrest, hi, thank you for the gems. Thank you so much. That's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. CJ says, to Earth Mom, I've read something where Dumpy said no action would be taken when Netanyahu arrives in New York City. And another drama that we have the opportunity to watch unfold. You know what flashed in my mind just now is Nero's Rome, right? For like the Romans living through Nero's time. Paulette says, any thoughts on extraterrestrial disclosure? I have a whole, I think I've said this on another video, but extraterrestrials I feel like we're all extraterrestrials. We all come from the stars. And I don't see, I think if I was an extraterrestrial, I would want to stay away from this planet. It's like, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near even the stratosphere. Imagine, like having to deal with all of Elon's satellites that are just junking up the atmosphere. And oh my gosh, it's just so much chaos here. But I see it more, for me, I see many different disincarnate worlds. I do believe that there are Palladian beings that are, have been helping us, the humans, since probably the beginning of the world, very much present in Sumerian and Egyptian architecture and mathematics. And but there's also some evil out there that are extraterrestrial. There are walk-in spirits, vampiric spirits, those kinds of things. I mean, those exist too. The extraterrestrials all have different homes and different intentions, but there are definitely benevolent spirits, and there are angelic spirits, right? You could consider the angels extraterrestrial. You could consider, the divine, but that's not true. Well, divine exists, macro, micro, here and there, and it's all one. But in terms of consciousness and different incarnate and disincarnate spirits, I don't think it's bilinear, I guess, or is that the right word for that? It's not just us and them. I think it's more complicated than that. But there's, I can't say I'm an expert on it. I'm sure there's much more to go into it. But if you want to talk about what kind of disclosures you're meaning, maybe I could have a better answer for you. Nancy Grace's BG says is on Nolan Wells' story, so we should get some answers. She's a pit bull. Is it what's her name? Is it Lysandra Vasquez? What the heck is her name? The woman who does a really great impressions of Carolyn, and she does all those shorts, and she's pretty wonderful. But she did one on Nancy Grace. It was just so hysterical. I have to look at that more. I have to watch a video or one of my channels I used to watch on true crime, and it's just not been in my consciousness. Like the older ones have, but not the newer ones. So Barbeau passed in 2019 before the pandemic. That's what BG says. I think somebody else could explain that too, right? Or you're just reiterating what you already said. But he predicted the pandemic, World War II, the fall of the Berlin Wall. He was brilliant. And he's predicting the shift, right? The shift into higher consciousness, which I think we're living through. I think it's happening now at a neighborhood near you. And I think it's happening. That's why things are feeling also, why they're feeling so uh, like in flux and intense, and we're like, again, I think this analogy has come up before. Like, we're all on this big ship that's on the ship that's on these stormy seas, and we just need to get our sea legs as it continues to go on that voyage into Aquarius. Um, Ooh, the tornado, the entire Manhattan area tornado watch, JC says. The entire Manhattan area. So anybody in the Manhattan area, get to a safe place. Um, don't be going out there for groceries or anything. Can somebody remind me what are the safety instructions when there's a tornado heading your way? I think you got to get to either the lowest level of your building or home. I think you have to stay away from windows and stay in an interior, like a hallway or something, or a closet, and keep calm. But be safe, everybody in Manhattan. Okay, so Love says the Texas App Store age verification law has passed. They are asking to verify your age with the last four digits of your social security number, your driver's license, or a credit card. Will it be removed? What does it affect exactly? It's an app, or it's you have to verify your age just for what? Um, the guides say yes, it will be removed. It's like an overreach or unconstitutional or something about it. I don't know exactly when, but they're saying it will be removed. Are you talking about Nancy Grace? BG, um, that's a conversation I shouldn't have put it up because I'm not sure what it's about. Um, oh my goodness. Sandy says Oklahoma cyclospora today count is 179 people with the explosive diarrhea. That is a trip. I hope nobody gets it. They say that the best treatment is Bactrim. It seems to really decrease the longevity. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And there's been a lot of talk about the company that they think has been the source of it, and apparently he's a big Trumper. It's a whole scandal, it seems. But what are you going to do? Everybody stay safe and be careful with your salads. Kay says these recent ice events have really shaken me. Me too. I don't get it. Um, it's disgusting. It's like living in Nazi Germany. Earth Mama, you say that Netanyahu's having chemo treatments. Yeah, my guys have shown me that he's sick with cancer. Um, and I remember, I think he had not pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer. And then he was saying he was fine, but my guide said that was not the case. They saw this cancer spreading, and that was months ago that they showed me that. Um, Decreasing Netanyahu's longevity, and it's like the life force is drained out of him, and then passing from some kind of opportunistic virus or pneumonia, something like that, or COVID. And that's what they're showing me right now with Netanyahu. Because these guys, the end is nigh. In this time, I guess it would be fitting for Barbo's basket when we'd have the big hitters um, uh, the heavy hitters for the devil energy, whatever that is. Pooty and the orange one, and Netanyahu, and uh, yeah, it's just a time. It's their time to exit stage left. That's what the guides show me. JC says it's clouding over. The wind is cold, getting ready to torrentially pour down. You're on your bike. How far do you have to go to make it home? Dean says right now in Montana it's 90 degrees. It's supposed to really change tomorrow. 7 a.m. 65 degrees. I guess we will get a change due to the front over the East Coast, they say. I can feel something happening in the weather here. You can look at the weather report and sunny, 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 but with the storms coming, rain is going to come in. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be sunny for a week, and we need the rain. So I'm happy about that. But I can feel the shift in the weather too. Okay. Earth. Earth Mama says Earth, where angels fear to tread. Well, Buffy, I think reading Project 2025 and being aware of Stephen Miller's intentions, and I don't think it's a secret. I think they intend to utilize the same methods that any fascist country will use, but Stephen Miller's favorite is Nazi Germany, and it's the kind of fascistic government that they want to put in place, but I don't believe they will be successful, even though they're getting away with things now. I think that we kind of knew even before they came in, because they tried to do the same thing in the 45's reign. They were building plenty of detention camps, separating children from their mothers, mysterious disappearance. I think it's just a continuation of what they were implementing then. So that's kind of what I just think that that is their policy, and that they've been pretty much open about it. Kay says, I would like to see some extraterrestrials. Well, be careful what you wish for, because I don't want to make anybody scared, but not all extraterrestrials are good. Have good intention. So if you want to see some, just wish for the nice ones, not the vampires or whatever's out there. I've heard stories. And I believe in I believe in disincarnate. I'm going to call them, instead of extraterrestrial, which means off Earth, right? I'm just going to call them disincarnates, ones that are not in a human body. And there's all manner of them, all manner. Yeah, I agree, Linda, with your sentiment. JC, be safe, honey. Kay says in Dallas it's 100 today. Next week it's supposed to get to 106. It's obvious summer has officially arrived in Texas. Wow. Okay, so we're past 4, which is usually 4 Eastern. Sorry, it would be what time? Your time? 1. East. If it's Eastern, you could be somewhere else in the world, so I don't quite know what time it is wherever you are. So I'm going to be leaving pretty soon. Signing off, but if you have any more questions, I'll take a couple more. So I want to go back to this question about this horrible immigration policy that our fascist government has right now. Buffy, the answer is, when will the Democrats get into power? Will there be investigations, and will we be able to oust this fascist dictatorship and bring in democracy? And I think, yes, we will do that. That will occur. This isn't always going to be this way. That's what my guides show me. I hope that's a good answer, or Good answer. I hope that's a sufficient answer. Um, I'm just like looking at the comments here. Ooh, BG, that's a nice one. Maybe a nice one to leave on. Barbo called the configuration most beautiful of the century. So we're living through that now. That's happening right now. Am I correct? Barbo's basket. So we need to be aware that we're in Barbo's basket, and Barbo himself called this configuration the most beautiful of the century. And we have to figure out why, right? Individually, like, oh, what is the vibe here? Can I feel that? Okay, I love your comments. Please bring them back next week. I'll be back uh, same time, same channel next week, Tuesday. Um, I can't believe it's going to be the last week of July. Oh, oh no, July is going by so fast, but it is a beautiful month here. So I just have to be here now, right, and enjoy it. Oh wow, Earth Mama says it's really storming there now. My daughter just texted me. She lives up that way. I'm down the shore. Oh wow. Be careful, for you guys wherever the weather's hitting, and um, tune into your weather channels. I love you. I will be back next week, as I said before. There is a musical outro. If you want to listen to it. Ah, gosh, I'm so frustrated. I see all these great comments, and I guess I'm just going to have to postpone them. Please ask them again next week. Please, please, please. Oh, this is good too. Um, uh, no, this was about, oh, thank you. This was about Barbo's basket. Where did it go? Uh, oh, there it is. BG, sorry, says Barbo's basket is happening now, but we will feel it for a while. A new age is dawning. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Okay, love you guys. I am going to end. Stay for the musical outro, and everybody be safe. Be safe.